Good morning, everyone. It's been a hard day's night, but I'm feeling fine.
It's funny. The Beatles had so much success, it seems like everything they touched turned to gold.
Yeah, but they did have a few songs that really bombed.
That's true, but if you look at the whole body of work, their batting average was pretty darn good.
Oh, absolutely.
A massive number of hits, classic album tracks. There was some filler in there, but all in all, it was, magical.
It really was. And if we're going to talk batting average, we have to start with the home runs. I mean, the absolute masterpieces.
Right. And it's remarkably consistent which one comes out on top. It's almost always a day in the life.
Always. It's the ultimate triumph from the Sgt. Pepper album.
It is. The thing that gets me is how it's basically two different songs stitched together.
Exactly. That's the thesis statement for Lennon and McCartney right there. You have John's part, all melancholic about holes in the road.
And then you get Paul's section. Waking up, alarm clock, totally different vibe. They shouldn't work together.
But they do. And that orchestral crescendo that links them, it's just sheer ambition.
It is. It shows their genius wasn't just songwriting, it was. Well, it was assembly. Pure studio magic.
Speaking of studio magic, what about Strawberry Fields Forever? That mix of psychedelia and pop.
A landmark track. But going back to our theme, it was actually a bit of a marketing misstep.
Oh, how so? Because it wasn't on the Sgt. Pepper album.
Exactly that. They pulled it in Penny Lane to release as a double A-side single. That was the practice then, you see. Singles didn't go on the LPs.
So they weakened the main album.
Arguably, yeah. They kind of cannibalized their own artistic statement just to keep the charts happy.
It's just wild to think they had material that good, just lying around. It reminds me of In My Life.
Oh, another perfect example.
I was looking at the timeline, and John Lennon, he was only 24 when he wrote that. It is staggering, isn't it? The maturity in that song. It's a meditation on memory you'd expect from someone in their 60s.
In the piano solo.
Ah, yes. Classic George Martin. He recorded it at half speed and then sped it up.
So it sounds like a harpsichord.
Yeah.
Gives it that Baroque feel.
Precisely.
Okay, so we have the grand slams. But you don't get a high batting average without swinging hard, and sometimes, well, that means striking out.
The bad and the ugly, you might say.
And Oblada has to be the prime example. Paul was obsessed.
Utterly obsessed. He made them record it something like 60 times.
60. John hated it. He called it granny music shit.
And that conflict is so telling. Paul's perfectionism just smashing against John's raw, get-it-done instinct.
Right. And the story goes that John got so fed up he just left the studio.
He did. He got high, stormed back in, and just hammered out that aggressive mock music hall piano intro we hear on the record.
Out of pure anger.
Pure anger. But, ironically, that was exactly the energy the track needed.
But that friction didn't always work out. Sometimes it just broke things. Like with Maxwell's Silver Hammer.
Ugh, yes. And for that one, we have Ringo's perspective. He's usually the calm one, right? The steady heartbeat.
Always.
So when he calls it the worst session ever, you know things were bad. Not just arguing, but actually fracturing. It dragged on for weeks.
Another case of Paul wanting to perfect a novelty song while the others just wanted to get on with it.
And then, of course, there's the biggest outlier of all. The one that always tops the worst lists.
It has to be Revolution 9.
It has to be. An 8-minute avant-garde sound collage. It doesn't fit. It's so jarring on a pop record like the White Album.
So what's the big takeaway here? Why should we care about the fights over Oblada or, a weird track like Revolution 9?
It all comes back to that batting average. You don't hit grand slams by playing it safe. Their failures, like Revolution 9, were a direct result of their refusal to do the same thing twice. They were always taking risks.
So what you're saying is, if you don't risk a Revolution 9, you maybe don't get in a day in the life.
Precisely. The strikeouts happen because they were always swinging for the fences. And that's why their catalog is so incredible. You have to list over 100 tracks before you get to anything that's even remotely average.
No other band has matched that.
Not even close.
Well, thanks for joining us today. Whenever you feel like knowing more about the Beatles, visit us at BeatlesRewind.com. It's the Beatles, all day, every day, 8 days a week. Cass will do it again tomorrow.
You bet. See you then.
Until next time.
When you listen.
Your mind conducts its own symphony.